What's up everyone, and welcome back. You're watching Tripping High, and this week I'm going to talk to you about flights. Look, I don't need to tell you about how important flights are to a destination and to a trip. And those who have flight at least once will know for a fact that a key to a comfortable flight journey is the seats. What seat you choose, where you sit, basically determines how comfortable the flight is going to be. No longer it's a short flight or a long flight, especially for a long flight. So first time flyers, do not click the cross button because this video is for you. Before we start the video, I want to give a huge shout out to web check-in. It's a thing, you can go online and check in, choose your seats and check in like 24 hours for domestic and 48 hours prior for international flights. And then your boarding card will be generated right there even before you get to the air, even before you start packing. When you web check in, so you can choose your seats, so especially if you're traveling in a group, then you can all make sure that you're all sitting together. So in this video, I'm only going to talk about economy class. Okay, I'm not even going to get to economy plus and super economy, business economy, business economy, first class and everything. These are specific kind of premium seats with added privileges, and you have to pay a huge amount of money while buying the ticket. So these are separate classes, they are separate types of seats, The tips and tricks are about seats of the economy class, because even slight here and there makes a huge difference in the flight, especially because they're so crowded. Okay, so let me explain about the seating arrangements. Flight seats are usually divided in rows, like it's a three arrangement or a 2-3-2 arrangement or a 3-3-3 arrangement, depending upon the airlines, whether it's an international or domestic flight. Okay, so basically there are three types of seats, which is window, which is, as the name suggests, attached to the window. The other is the middle, and then is the aisle. This is usually in three. When I see three seats together, you have window, middle and aisle. In this row and that row, there is a middle row as well, and you have two aisle seats and a middle seat. Okay, so I'm going to start with the window. So the window seat, as the name suggests, is attached to the window. Yes, I know, it's very exciting, especially for first time travelers, to be like, yay, I got the window seat and I'm going to look outside the window, I'm going to enjoy the scenery. And no, that's not true. Trust me, pro tip, the window seat is about everything else except for the window. Except, the only part the window comes in is when you are forced to push it up and the sunbeam disturbs the sleep. The sun is scorching from the window to your eyes. That's all the window is all about. Okay, the basic view, the flight view from the flight is the most stagnant view ever. It's a little takeoff and then clouds, and then landing. So it is exciting, especially when you're on a flight way back home and you're looking for your own house while landing. But apart from that, there is nothing to the window seat. There is nothing to the view from the window seat. Yes, window seat is for people who are like short, who don't have long legs and want to curl up in the seat, because you can rest up against the plane border and rest your head over to the window. That's what the window seat is all about. It's about the extra head, so you don't have to this over to the other passengers or let your neck loose over to the aisle. So with a window seat, you just get extra amount of headrest. People with small bladders, or who want to get up or a part of a group, or if you want to who have very heavy cabin baggage and want to access the cabin baggage to and fro throughout the journey, are generally requested not to have the window seat. Have the window seat if you know that you're comfortable, you're not going to get up very frequently and disturb the other passengers. You want to curl up in your seat and sleep throughout the journey. So that's the advantage of a window journey. That's the advantage. The disadvantage, like I said, you have to keep the windows up. So it's the sunbeam, it's the clouds. If your seat is behind the emergency seat, then the only view you see is of the wing of the airplane. Yes, I know, it's the cliche, it's the most Instagrammable thing to post a view of the clouds from the plane off the wing. Yes, I know, it's in. Keep up the trends. What are you doing? Unless you're traveling through the Everest or like places like Burj Khalifa or Statue of Liberty that you can actually spot and see from the plane, there's no view. Okay, the disadvantage also includes that the leg space is very small. There's not enough leg space, it's all crammed up, and there are a lot of people this side. Moving on to the middle seat. The middle seat is, okay, if you are somebody who chooses the middle seat by choice and enjoy it, seriously, let me know in the comment section. I really want to know why. I don't think I can justify sitting in a middle seat because yes, you don't get a specific armrest to you. You have passengers on the either side. So unless you're part of a family, like you have a wife or a sister or parents or whatever that you're traveling with and part of a group, then as a solo traveler or somebody who's traveling alone, a middle seat doesn't make much sense. Unless if you choose the middle seat, the chances of the fellow passengers also being solo traveler increases. So if you're somebody who likes to make friends in the flight, or if you want to talk to people in the flight or no other travelers, then yeah, middle seat is a great opportunity to find people on the way who are going through the same things that you're going through, and make friends. Also, like for people traveling in group and got really late in checking in, so they get different seats, and after boarding they want to sit together, so they request you to exchange seats. So that's where you step up, because if you're in the middle seat, there's a chance that if the person sitting to your right or left is a part of a group, then you might get bumped up to some other seat. Like, yeah, that's possible. That's totally possible. If you have the aisle seat, then you have really long leg space because you have entire aisle next to you, so you can spread out. Yeah, so that's the thing that you can do. Also, if you want to get up frequently, or you have a family member sitting there, or you have to use the restroom again and again, or eat the snacks or something, then yes, aisle seat is for you, because the main advantage of the aisle seat is you can get up and leave anytime you want. Like, you don't have to disturb the co-passengers and for doing that. That also makes it the biggest disadvantage. Like, if you're kind of a person who likes to sleep in the flight, then aisle seat is not for you, because you might not want to get up, but the other two might want to. So if you have an aisle seat, then you might have to be requested. You might have to get up again and again because the other passengers want to get up, or if they call the stewardess for something, then they'll be coming. You're the outside, all right. So every time the drinks are served, every time the food is served, and you get the sensation, you get the drift. But if you have cabin baggage, but if you have large amount of space, if you have long legs, so these were like a window, middle, and aisle, and kind of seats. Now I'm going to talk to you about rows. Like, another important special kind of priority seat is the seat at the emergency exit. Emergency exit is a special door right in the middle of the plane where the wing lies. So there's a door. So in case of emergencies, you can open the door, you can walk on the wing and get off the plane. So that's the basic design. That's why the emergency exit is exactly where the wing is. So the biggest advantage of sitting in an emergency seat is you have a little slightly larger leg space than the other seat. This is because of emergency. For evacuation, they've kept an added space. The disadvantage includes you have to listen to a specific kind of extra instructions on the way. After the generic instructions are over, if you're sitting in an emergency, you're given an extra emergency, in case you want to be the hero who wants to open the door and save all the lives. Are you ready for it? Have a hand baggage, and keep it under the seat during takeoff and landing. You have to keep it in the cabin area. So if you have all your valuables, or if you have a window seat and you're reluctant to get up and take your baggage up and down, then you have the last and the first row. The seats in the last and the first row are obviously very close to the gate, very close to the loo, very close to the stewardess area. So yes, the loo is very nearby, which means there's a lot of line there always. People are always walking, but if you want to go, it's nearby. Also, the stewardess is very nearby, so you can either be the first one to get snacks served or always the last. And if you want to just go pick up, you can just get up and pick it up. Last row is usually where the air crew keeps their stuff and their hand baggage, so the cabin baggage above you would always be full. So if you have a heavy baggage, you probably have to keep it somewhere else. or under the seat. But the biggest advantage of sitting in the last row is you can recline all the time. And if you are somebody like me who likes to sleep during the flight, last row is for you. You have to ask the other person sitting behind you whether they're eating or using the tray table, or whether you can recline the seat or go in front and recline, or if you want to play rock and roll. Look, if you want to play rock and roll with your seat, you can play it all the time. Excuse me, are you done eating? Can I please recline with you? No, you don't have to do that because there's nobody behind you. So either if you're somebody who wants to sleep the entire time, or if you're somebody who likes to play rock and roll with a chair, then choose the last row because then you won't be disturbing anyone. Yes, a lot of people do that. Because if you're trying to eat and person sitting in front of you is just reclining, so you can be like, which also reminds me, please ask the person behind you whether you can recline or not. It's just common courtesy. That's it. Alright, so and the front row. So coming back to the front row is like the very first row of the flight. Duh. So the biggest advantage is there's a lot of space in front of you, and that's basically designed for people traveling with babies and infants, so they provide, especially international flights, they provide bassinets, or you can keep your pram, or if you are a senior citizen or a person requiring a wheelchair, then the thing about the first row is that your TV and your tray table is inside your handrest, so basically you cannot watch TV during takeoff or landing as opposed to the rest of the flight. So if you're in the middle of a movie and then the flight starts to land, Bruce Willis is a ghost. Like, did you get off the plane? You'll never know. Because you could not complete watching it. But I want to tell you that you get your seat numbers written on your boarding pass as soon as you check in, which is at the counter right in the beginning. So so you have all the time in the world, like you 1 to 2 hours to decide what seat you have to sit on. Okay, a typical seat number has a number and an alphabet. The number defines where in the flight row-wise you're sitting, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and alphabet defines where in each row that you'll be sitting horizontally, like A and F are window seats, B and E are middle, and C and D are aisle in a typical 3-3 arrangement. And you have a lot of time, especially if you're in a group, you have a lot of time to figure out who's sitting where, if you're together, if you're separate, like if you're together like this or you're together like this, like you have a lot of time to figure all this thing out. Don't do it after onboarding. Don't hold up the entire queue and discuss with your families who's sitting where, who wants the window, who wants the aisle, like I want to sit with mommy. No, don't do that. You don't hold up the entire queue and discuss where you're sitting. Just do it. Try to do it on board during security while waiting for the gates to open. You have a lot of time. Alright guys, so that was from this week, and I hope it really helps. So share it with your friends who travel, friends who don't travel, friends who are going to travel, friends who already know all this, and mention your favorite seat to me. These were the advantage and disadvantage and tips and tricks that I always use and I have found out after so many years of traveling. And if in case I missed something out, or if you want to add your experience, do mention in the comment section below, and share with your friends. Subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button right there, and see you next week. Bye.